I always thought my marriage was built on honesty. Claire and I had been together for 7 years, and while we had our ups and downs, I believed we were strong enough to weather anything. I was wrong. It started with subtle changes, the late-night work calls, the sudden interest in going out with her friends more often, and the way she grew distant in our conversations. When I asked, she'd brush it off, saying I was being paranoid. Deep down, my gut screamed something was off, but I didn't want to believe it. The truth came out one night when she said she had a weekend work retreat. She packed her suitcase, kissed me goodbye, and drove off. I had an uneasy feeling, so I decided to check the location of her phone using the Find My feature. To my surprise, she wasn't at any retreat center, she was at a luxury hotel downtown. My chest tightened, and though I wanted to rush there, I stopped myself. Instead, I decided to gather evidence. I booked a room in the same hotel, a few floors down. Hours later, I saw her walking into the lobby with a man from her office, not just one coworker, but 2. They laughed, held hands, and went upstairs. My heart shattered, but I stayed calm. I took photos, videos, and time-stamped records. Over the next 2 days, I watched as she lived her double life. Fancy dinners, champagne, kisses, and late nights in their room. I felt sick, but I knew if I confronted her without proof, she'd twist the story. Claire was good at manipulation, she knew how to play the victim. I decided I wouldn't just expose her, I'd destroy the facade she had built around us. When she came back home after her so-called work retreat, she hugged me and acted normal. She even brought me a cheap souvenir mug as if nothing had happened. But I already had my plan in motion. A week later, we had a big family gathering at my parents' house. Her family was there too, her parents, her sister, her cousins. Claire always loved to play the role of the perfect wife in front of everyone, so I knew it was the perfect stage. During dinner, she stood up and began thanking everyone for their support in our marriage, painting herself as this devoted partner. It made me sick. That's when I pulled out my phone, connected it to the TV in the living room, and pressed play. The room went silent. On the screen, everyone saw her laughing in the hotel bar, kissing her coworker, and walking hand in hand with him into the elevator. Then clips of her with the second man followed. Gasps filled the room. Her father buried his face in his hands, her sister's jaw dropped, and my parents looked at me in shock. Claire froze, her fork clattering onto her plate. "Claire," I said calmly, "you told me you were on a work trip. This is what you were really doing." Immediately, she jumped up, tears in her eyes. "It's not what it looks like." He forced me, both of them pressured me. "I didn't want this," she cried, trying to paint herself as the victim. But the footage told a different story. In the videos, she was laughing, holding hands, kissing passionately, clearly a willing participant. I turned to the room and said, "4 months, she's been lying to me. And now, she wants to stand here and play the victim." But I refused to let her rewrite the truth. Her family stared at her in disbelief. Her sister, who always defended her, whispered, "Claire, how could you?" Claire tried to approach me, grabbing my arm, sobbing loudly. "Please, you have to believe me, they manipulated me, I didn't mean to hurt you." But I pulled away. "Save it. You didn't just betray me. You betrayed this entire family with your lies. I'm done." I pulled the divorce papers from my bag, already signed by me. I dropped them on the table in front of her. "All that's left is your signature." The room was dead silent except for her crying. I walked out, leaving her humiliated in front of everyone she cared about. She tried calling me for days afterward, leaving long voicemails about how she was broken and how I had humiliated her. In her mind, she was still the victim. But the truth was undeniable. I filed for divorce, kept the house since it was in my name before the marriage, and cut all ties. Word spread quickly through her workplace too, the videos made their way around, and she ended up losing her job. She wanted sympathy, but all she got was the fallout of her own choices. Looking back, I don't regret exposing her. Some people only learn when their mask is ripped off in front of everyone. She cheated and tried to play the victim, but in the end, she paid the ultimate price.